Wait, is that thing even on? Testes, testes, 1, 2, 3. I'm Madison Pearson.
I'm Matthew Holgrafer.
I'm Sophia Marcury.
I'm Hannah Delvo, and we are here to teach you about
Gonads!
Before we get started into our glands, we just like to talk a little bit about the endocrine system that they come from. So the endocrine system consists of 8 glands: the hypothalamus, pituitary, thyroid, parathyroid, adrenals, pineal, and the pancreas, ovaries, and testes, which we will be specifically talking about. But first, before we go over there, then we need the endocrine system to maintain homeostasis. So all of these need to be functioning properly to maintain that homeostasis that our body's always trying to keep up. The endocrine system provides long-term functions of homeostatic mechanisms through production and distribution of hormones. So these are all producing hormones to maintain that we have already talked about. So now we're going to go and just talk about the ovaries and testes. So for starters, the ovaries, they stimulate maturation and release of the ova, and it stimulates the development of secondary female sex characteristics, and it also supports reproduction. And we will talk a little bit later about the hormones they secrete, which is progesterone and estrogen.
So the role and the function of the testes is to produce about 500 million sperm per day. They are also responsible for the secretion of their own sex hormones, those androgens, and that's primarily going to be testosterone. So in terms of the location and size of these glands, the testes are part of the external genitalia, and they are located in the scrotum, which is at the groin for the male. They are about 2.5 inches long, 1.2 inches wide, and about 1 inch thick.
Okay, and in regards to the ovaries right here, they are internal female gonads, and they're held on either side of the uterus by a membrane in the lower abdomen. They're about the size of an almond at full maturity.
We're going to talk about the hormones that the ovaries secrete, and it is progesterone and estrogen. Progesterone is responsible for maintaining the early stages of pregnancy. It also plays an important role in the menstrual cycle. Much like testosterone, estrogen is responsible for the development of secondary sex characteristics. In females, this means the development of breast, the regulation of the menstrual cycle, body hair, and fat production. And estrogen is also responsible for inhibiting osteoclasts in the cells in the bone, and they break down the bone.
And now we're going to talk about the hormone that's released by the testes, and that is the testosterone. And testosterone is responsible for the development and maintenance of secondary sex characteristics, such like body hair, enlargement of larynx and Adam's apple, deepening of voice, widening shoulders, enlargement of external genitalia. It's also responsible for healthy bone and muscle growth. Testosterone also plays a role in the production and maturation of sperm, and is also responsible for the maintenance of accessory glands.
Both of the gonads and the release of hormones are regulated through a negative feedback system between the glands and the pituitary through the production and release of a hormone called inhibin. Inhibin is produced in response to elevated levels of these androgens to slow down their production and prevent them from reaching too high of levels.
And as you can see here, here are some secondary sexual characteristics. For males, it is a fine jaw structure and increased facial hair. And then for females, it is enlarged breasts and underarm hair.
So now that we've talked about the gonads, the role and function, the location, and the hormones that they secrete, we're going to go over some possible complications. So the first complication that we're going to be going over is ovarian cyst, which is going to be right over here.
And causes of ovarian cysts are hormonal problems, pregnancy, endometriosis, and previous ovarian cysts. Some signs and symptoms along with that is pelvic pain, bloating, and fullness or heaviness in your abdomen.
As you can see right over here is a very large cyst which has formed on the ovary. So the next possible complication we're going to be going over is
Polycystic ovary syndrome. And the causes of that is excess insulin, hereditary, excess androgens, and or low-grade inflammation. Some signs and symptoms along with that is irregular periods, polycystic ovaries, obesity, acne, inappropriate male features, and depression.
And as you can see on the photo here, we have multiple cysts which have formed on that ovary. The next possible complication we're going to be going over is cryptokyrridism, which is an undescended testicle, which you can see here. The testicle is still up in the abdomen.
Some causes of the complication is low birth weight, premature birth, a family history, and alcohol use during pregnancy. The signs and symptoms are swollen lymph nodes in the groin and testicles absent from the scrotum.
The next possible complication that we're going to be going over is testicular cancer.
Some causes of testicular cancer is a family history, the cryptokyrridism, abnormal testicle development, and the signs and symptoms are pain in the lower back, fatigue, swelling of the scrotum, weight loss, and the masses may be felt during palpation.
So on the photo here, we have a tumor which has formed on the testicle.
We are going to wrap up our discussion about gonads, and to wrap it up, then we wanted to just let you know some fun facts. So the ducts in the tubules contain a half a mile when stretched out, and for the ovaries, when a woman is born, she actually contains all the eggs she will ever have. So thank you for watching our video, and don't forget to take our free quiz at the end of the video, and have a great day. We are going to start with the first question here. So hormones secreted by the ovaries are, and you select all that apply, we have progesterone, testosterone, estrogen, and inhibin.
Okay, and then the second question is, a male client comes in with testicular cancer. What signs and symptoms would you expect to find? And this is a select all that apply question. A, bleeding in the lower abdomen. B, bloating of the abdomen. C, weight loss. D, swelling of the scrotum. Or E, fatigue.
So the third question that we have, what are the common causes of PCOS? So this is also a select all that apply. The possibles are A, excess insulin, B, alcohol use during pregnancy, C, hereditary factors, D, excess androgens, E, previous ovarian cyst.
And question number 4, as women go through menopause, which decreases the production of estrogen, knowing the role of estrogen in the body, what would you expect to change in the body? Specifically, bone health. That's a little clue.
Oh man, guys, thank God that's over. Ease.
I hope you guys got 100% on your quiz. Thank you for watching. Bye!
Bye.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Testes, 1, 2, 3.
Neck system between the glands and the pituitary in the brain. What happens is the all right, it doesn't matter.
Okay, so should we say it's our free quiz? Or welcome to our free quiz?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Okay. Hi, welcome to our free quiz.